Hello and welcome to the Fans of Wrestling Show. I'm your host, Paulie Price. Today we're going to be talking about Wrestlemania Day 1. Alright, so we saw Stephanie McMahon kick off the show with a basically nice historic presentation, giving us a little bit of what's going on in the history and that this is going to be a historic moment for WWE because it's the first time that they're doing a WrestleMania with no fans. So we're going to start off with the first match, and that was for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. And it was Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the Kabuki Warriors. This was a pretty good match. It was back and forth. We saw a good tale over the last couple of months between these women, and it really came down to this match, and it was a great match. I really liked the Kabuki Warriors, but now I'm at the point where I'm kind of glad that they're going to split up, because Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are new Women's Tag Team Champions. So congratulations to them. I'm going to give that match a 4 out of 5. I thought it was pretty good. They did a great job. And especially in these times to entertain us, I got to give it to them. Alright, now we're going to move over to the next match. And that was Elias versus King Corbin. Now we know what's going on with this. We knew what was going to happen. And indeed it happened. Elias defeated King Corbin. This was definitely a filler match. I really didn't care that much about it. But listen. Again, you know, those guys were there to entertain us. I commend them. For me, I'm going to give that match a 3 out of 5. It really wasn't that big of a match for me. Now we're going to move over to the Women's Raw Championship match, and that was Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. Now, I'm a Becky fan. I was kind of upset at this match. I really felt like there was more to tell. Now, maybe they are going to tell more in the future, like maybe tonight on Raw. Becky's going to get a rematch and lose the title. Who knows? But I don't know, it was a lackluster match for me. I really felt like there could have been a lot more done. And especially Becky defeating Shayna Baszler, getting the win when Shayna Baszler had in that Kogina clutch, and Becky kind of rolled out of that and did a pin, similar to what Kairi Sane did, and she got the win. So again, this really wasn't my favorite match of the night. In fact, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I really didn't like it. I thought it was a lackluster. Alright, we're going to move over to the Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental Championship. Another match that was a lackluster. I really thought it would have been a better match. I was hoping for a different outcome, but of course, we got Sami Zayn basically conniving his way, using help to get the win to retain the Intercontinental Championship. I just wish they did it a little different, especially that it was WrestleMania and everything that's going on. It was kind of lame. So for me, I'm going to give that match a 3 out of 5. Alright, and now we're going to move over to the tag division, although it wasn't a tag match because it only had 3 competitors from each team, and that was John Morrison versus Kofi Kingston versus Jimmy Uso in a triple threat ladder match. Now, this was definitely by far the best match of the night. It was super entertaining. It was loud. I was live tweeting all night, and at this point of the match, I had tweeted something saying, "Oh man, I really wish that there was a crowd there." Because, you know, especially for these ladder matches, I kind of feel like it was missing that. And I forgot who had sent me a tweet, but they had sent me a link with the crowd noise from WWE on YouTube. And he said to put it on like 30, 45%. And I did that for this match. And it was even that much better. Because it had that crowd behind them. They were doing the ladders. They were doing all these cool things. A lot of great moments in this match. And the outcome was all 3 men were on top of the ladder fighting for the belts. But it turns out that Jimmy Uso and Kofi Kingston were holding on to the hanger part of where the titles are being hung on. And Morrison kind of grabbed the titles and the Velcro snapped and he was able to fall back on the mat off the ladder, holding both championship titles to retain and win the match. I thought that was a really great match. Good ending, something new, something fresh. I know in the times that they had to do this, so it was kind of cool in a way. I didn't mind it. If they didn't have the ladders, I probably would have hated it. But the fact that they had that ladder in there and it was like anything could happen, it gave it that much more value. And for me, I'm going to give that match a 5 out of 5. They did a great job. And we see John Morrison retain the titles for his partner Miz to remain the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. The next match on the card was Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. Now, another match I was looking forward to. It was a pretty good match. They went back and forth. In fact, Seth Rollins got to the point where he got fed up and he used the bell and hit Kevin Owens over the head to get disqualified. And as he's leaving the arena, Kevin Owens just flips out and says, no, we're not doing it like that. No. You're not getting away. This is WrestleMania. I challenge you to a no disqualification match. And that's what they got. Because, you know what? The Monday Night Messiah does what he wants, and he restarted the match. I loved it. I thought that was great. It was perfect because it was a short match, and now it gave it more value, more meaning with that DQ match. And Kevin Owens getting the win on Seth Rollins, which I loved. I thought it was great. Great ending. I'm going to give this match a 5 out of 5. I really liked it. I liked that they started it out, and then they ended it, and then they went back with a DQ match. It was perfect. Good storytelling, good psychology. A 5 out of 5 in that match. Real quick after that match, we saw Grunk, unfortunately, with Mojo Rawley, and RTruth was up there. And basically he was just bragging how he's the 24/7 champion. Of course, we knew this was going to happen. Grunk tries to pin RTruth, but gets pulled off by Mojo Rawley, and Mojo Rawley gets the title again, and basically just says it in front of Gronk's face like, hey, come and get it. Right before. So that was, a cool moment that lasted. I really didn't care about, but... All right, now we're going to move to the main event, and that was Braun Strowman versus the Universal Champion, Goldberg. Fast match. It was what it was. We knew what it was going to be. It wasn't going to be an extravagant match. Braun Strowman was replacing Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was supposed to be in the slot. A lot of people were not happy about Braun Strowman taking the slot, especially being his attitude not being nice during this time and making fun of people with no jobs. And as far as the outcome, I'm happy that Braun Strowman got a title in WWE. Unfortunately, it was like this with no fans, but at the end of the day, I did not care about the match because I was more involved with Roman Reigns being in it. So for me, this was a lackluster, and I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. All right, now we're at the end of the show, so we're going to start with the ref rating. I'm going to give the refs a 5 out of 5. They did a great job doing this at WrestleMania. I commend them. For the match card rating, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. I didn't see any issues with that. They did a great job putting the card together. For the production value, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Great job. The stage looked great. Everything, the lights, the commentary. I'm happy they used JBL with Michael Cole. It had such a good feel, and I loved it. For the overall card rating, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It wasn't a great show. I usually give 4 a great show, but being that it was WrestleMania and there was a couple of great matches there, I'm going to give it a good rating. Other though, there was a few matches I did not like on the card. I felt there was a lackluster. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. All right, thank you so much for watching. And make sure you check out my video that's coming out later where I'm going to break down WrestleMania Day 2. So if you don't like my ratings or review, I really don't care. Because at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a fan.